Welcome all my dear student of FYBC physics class. In previous lecture we studied the efficiency of Carnot seat engine. Then we also studied types of practical heat engine, that is external combustion engine and internal combustion engine, and difference between external and internal combustion engine. We also studied one of the internal combustion type engine, that is Otto engine, which is the first practical heat engine invented by Nicholas Otto in 1824. In previous lecture we studied the construction and some part of working of Otto engine. Now in this lecture we are going to see the remaining part of the construction of Otto engine. Okay. In previous lecture we studied the first stroke, that is charging stroke. As we know that there are 4 stroke. Otto engine is an internal combustion type 4 stroke engine, and these 4 strokes are nothing but charging stroke, compression stroke, working stroke and exhaust stroke. Otto cycle consists of 4 strokes, that is charging stroke, then compression stroke, then working stroke and then exhaust stroke. However, one cycle of operations involves 6 operations, that is operation number first, operation number second, operation number third, operation number 4, operation number 5 and operation number again 6. Okay. We also studied about charging stroke, that is operation first. This one A0A, this is operation first and this represents the charging stroke. As the name suggests, charging stroke is that stroke in which the charge, that is mixture of 98% pure air and 2% petrol vapor is taken into the cylinder. During this stroke, the inlet valve I1 is open, outlet valve I2 is closed, the piston is moving in outward direction or downward direction, and the charge is taken inside a cylinder. Remember that this change is represented by this line A0A, obviously it is found that this operation takes place at constant pressure, that means what? The mixture is taken or charge is taken into the cylinder at constant constant pressure, that means volume goes on increasing from 0 to VA. 0 to VA. Okay. And this volume, the change in volume, that is 0 to VA is at constant pressure. That means what? The change in volume is isobarically. Okay. In this way, the first stroke and operation is completed. Now, the second stroke, that is compression stroke. Compression stroke. During this compression stroke, I1, valve I1 gets closed. Valve I1 get closed. The piston moves in inward direction, which compresses the mixture about 1/8 of its original volume. But I say during this stroke, this valve I2 get closed, I1 is also getting closed, and the piston is moving in inward direction, which compresses the mixture about 1/8 of its original volume. During the adiabatic compression, let volume the volume of mixture decreases from Va to Vb. During this adiabatic compression, the volume decreases from Va to Vb. Consequently, the temperature of the gas increases from Ta to Tb, and pressure is also increases from Pa to Pb. What I say? As there is adiabatic compression, and this is represented by the curve A, B. During this compression, volume is decreased from Va to Vb. Consequently, the temperature is increases. Temperature increases from Ta to Tb, and pressure is also increases from Pa to Pb. The change of state, that is second operation, is represented by the curve AB. Okay. During this compression, temperature rises to about 500 degrees Celsius. This is very important. During this compression stroke, the temperature of the mixture rises to about 500 degrees Celsius. Now, the second part of this compression stroke, what happens? When temperature reaches to about 500 degrees Celsius, the spark plug produces the electric spark, and due to this spark, the mixture gets ignited. The petrol vapor burns quickly in a little explosion, just like fat. What I say? At this point B, when temperature rises about 500 degrees Celsius, spark plug produces electric spark, and the mixture gets ignited. The petrol vapor burns quickly in a little explosion, which producing an amount of heat, say Q1. Therefore, the pressure and temperature of the gas increases at constant volume, that is isochorically. Let pressure increases from Pb to Pc, and temperature increases from Tb to Tc. Pressure increases from Pb to Pc, and temperature increases from Tb to Tc. But this change takes place at constant volume, that is both the values, that is temperature and pressure, suddenly increase isochorically. Okay. And at point C, the temperature rises to about 2000 degrees Celsius. Okay. And this operation, third, that is the second part of compression stroke, is represented by the line BC on this Otto cycle diagram. Now the third stroke, that is working stroke. Remember that here operation 1, here operation 2 and 3, and here operation 4 and 5. There are two operations in working stroke, operation 4 and operation 5. Now, during the first operation, when temperature rises to about 2000 degrees Celsius, the pressure of rapidly expanding hot gases pushes the piston in outward direction. What I say? The pressure of rapidly expanding hot gases pushes the piston in outward direction. That is, the gas expands adiabatically. Volume of the gas increases from, again, Vb to Vc, that is Vc to Cd, and B and C lies on the same line, A and D is also lying on the same line. So, the volume decreases from Vc to Vd. As there is a decrease in volume, there is a fall in temperature from Tc to Td, and pressure is also falls from Tc to Pd. Okay, and this operation number 4 is represented by the curve CD on the Otto cycle. Now the next operation, that is operation 5th, that is second part of working stroke. Now during this stroke, what happen? The exhaust valve get open. Exhaust valve I2 gets open. When I2 gets open, piston is pushes inwards. Sorry, during this stroke, during this operation, moment of piston is stop. Okay, what I said, during this operation number 5, the moment of piston is stop. As outlet valve I2 opens, a part of hot gases along with amount of heat, say Q2, goes out. What I say now, as during the 5th operation, that is second part of working stroke, I2 opens, outlet valve I2 opens, a part of hot gases along with amount of heat Q2 goes out. The pressure and temperature are suddenly decreases. Temperature decreases from TD to TA and pressure is also decreases from TD to TA. As there is a decrease in temperature and pressure, the change of state, that is operation number 5, is represented by the line DA on this Otto cycle. And the last stroke, that is stroke number 4, exhaust strokes. That is operation 6. Lastly, due to momentum gained by the wheel, piston is pushes inwards. The remaining part of hot gases, that is mixture of burnt and unburnt gases, is forced out. The change of volume of the gas is obviously isobarically. That is, volume decreases from VA to 0, and this change of operation, that is operation number 6, is represented by the line A0. When this operation is completed, the original state is restored and cycle completes. Okay, what I say, original state is restored and cycle is complete. In this way, the 4 strokes are completed and 1 cycle is also completed and the original state is restored. Now we are going to see the efficiency of Otto engine. Efficiency of Otto engine. Here we have to obtain an expression for efficiency of Otto engine. This is very important for exam point of view. Some questions, objective questions, and some small problem, objective problem may be asked on this point, that is efficiency of Otto engine. When we are going to obtain an expression for efficiency of an Otto engine, then remember that the expression for efficiency of the Otto engine is based on 2 assumptions. What I say, the expression for the efficiency of an Otto engine is based on 2 assumptions. The first assumption is that at every stage, A, B, C, D, A, at every stage the change is reversible. This is the first assumption. And the second assumption is that the mixture of air and petrol vapor behaves like a perfect gas. These are the two assumptions on which the expression of efficiency for Otto engine is based. Okay. Now, in this figure B, that is Otto cycle, two operations, that is A0A and A0 are cancelled with each other, and we have only the Otto cycle, this A, B, C, D. Why these two operations getting cancelled? Because they are equal and opposite. Okay. Here Q1 is the heat produced during isochoric change BC, and heat Q2 is the heat transferred to the surrounding during the isochoric change dA. That means what? Here both Q1 and Q2. Q1 is the heat absorbed or heat produced, and Q2 is the heat given or heat transferred to the surrounding, and both changes are takes place at constant volume. That means here this is the characteristics of, remember that this is very important point for exam point of view. Objective question may be asked on this point is like this. What I say, the characteristics of the Otto engine is that heat takes place at constant volume and heat transfer to the surrounding at constant volume. Okay. Now, the quantity of heat, that is Q1, is produced from B to C, or we can say that the quantity of heat absorbed from B to C is nothing but Q1 is equal to mCV Tc minus Tb. Okay, suppose this is equation 1. This is the quantity of heat produced or absorbed from B to C. Also, the quantity of heat rejected or transferred to the surrounding, that is Q2 is equal to mCV Td minus Ta. Suppose this is equation 2 from along this line Qa. Okay. Now, the efficiency of the Otto engine is given by eta is equal to what? Q1 minus Q2 upon Q1, or simply 1 minus Q2 upon Q1. Suppose this is equation 3. When we substitute the value of Q1 and Q2, we will get eta is equal to 1 minus mCV Td minus Ta upon mCV Tc minus Tb. Okay. This mCV is getting cancelled with this mCV, and we have only eta is equal to 1 minus Td minus Ta upon Tc minus Tb. Okay. Suppose this is equation 3. Now, we have to solve further this expression. In order to solve this expression further, we have to concentrate on the adiabatic relation between temperature and volume along this line and along this line. Remember that the point A and B lie on the same adiabatic curve. When point A and B lie on the same adiabatic curve AB, then what will be the relation between, what will be the adiabatic relation between temperature and volume? We know that Ta Va raised to gamma minus 1 is the temperature between, is the relation, adiabatic relation between temperature and volume at constant point, at point A. Similarly, Tb Vb raised to gamma minus 1 is the adiabatic relation between temperature and volume at point B. And as both the point A and B lie on the same adiabatic curve, we can say that these two relations are equal. Here gamma is, what is gamma? Gamma is the ratio of specific heat, that is gamma is equal to Cp upon Cv. Okay. Similarly, point C and D lie on the same adiabatic. At point D, the relation between temperature is Td and volume is Vd raised to gamma minus 1. This is the relation between temperature and volume at point D. Similarly, at point C, here, you got it? This is the adiabatic relation between temperature and volume at point A. This is the adiabatic relation between temperature and volume at point B. And as both the point A and B lie on the same adiabatic curve, we can say that this is equal to this. Now, similarly, the point C and D lie on the same adiabatic curve CD. So, at point D, the adiabatic relation between temperature and volume is Td Va raised to gamma minus 1. This is the adiabatic relation between temperature and volume at point D. Similarly, at point C, the adiabatic relation between temperature and volume is Tc Vc raised to gamma minus 1. Okay. Suppose this is equation 4 and this is equation 5. Okay. This equation represents the adiabatic relation between temperature and volume as point A and B lie on the same adiabatic, and this expression represents the adiabatic relation between temperature and volume along the curve CD, that is at point C and D respectively. Okay. However, remember that both the points, that is here Vc and Vb, are on the same line. Here Vc is equal to Vb. Okay. Also Va, A and D are lie on the same adiabatic. Therefore, Va is equal to Vd. That means volume at point B and C are the same. Volume at point A and D are the same. Therefore, equation 5, by using this, equation 5 can be written here. By considering this value, we have Td V A, okay, Td Va raised to gamma minus 1 is equal to Tc Vb raised to gamma minus 1. That's what we only substitute the value of Vc as Vb. Therefore, this. Suppose this is equation 6. Now, subtract equation 4 from 6, we have to subtract this equation from this equation. After subtracting this equation from this, we have Td minus Ta raised to Va raised to gamma minus 1. When we subtract equation 4 from 6, we have to subtract this term from this term, and we have this Td minus Ta is equal to this. Similarly, by subtracting this term from this term, we have Tc minus Tb Vb raised to gamma minus 1. Okay. Or from this, Td minus Ta upon Tc minus Tb is equal to, take this term toward this side and this term toward this side, Vb upon Va raised to gamma minus 1. Okay. Or simply we can write 1 upon rho C raised to gamma minus 1, where rho C is equal to VB upon VA, that is the volume ratio, compression, this is compression ratio, volume changes, okay. This is adiabatic compression ratio. Now substituting this value Vc, that means instead of this term we have to substitute this value in equation this. Therefore, eta is equal to 1 minus 1 upon rho C raised to gamma minus 1. Okay. This is very important relation which gives an expression for Otto engine. Expression for Otto engine. Here again this expression is very important for exam point of view. Small problems may be asked on this. The problem may be asked on this point, that is you have to solve the problems for efficiency of Carnot engine, or simply by using this relation you can calculate the efficiency of an engine when compression ratio is given and this value of ratio of specific heat is given, or if you have the efficiency of an engine, then you can calculate the compression ratio. Either efficiency or compression ratio can be calculated from this equation. So this equation represents or gives the expression for efficiency of the Otto engine. Remember that one more objective question may be asked on this point, that is the efficiency of Carnot heat engine, the efficiency of Otto engine depends only on compression ratio of working substance and not the temperature. What I say, this is very important. The efficiency of Otto engine depends only on compression ratio, only upon compression ratio of working substance. Okay. Now we are going to see the next point, that is diesel engine, another practical heat engine. Second one, diesel engine. Here in this lecture we are going to see the construction and working of diesel engine. But remember that when we studied this diesel engine by comparing with Otto engine, then it becomes very simple, or it is easy to understand, and we can easily keep it in our brain. Okay. The diesel engine, like Otto engine, diesel engine is also 4-stroke engine, and this is also internal combustion type of engine. Okay. Remember that diesel engine is an internal combustion 4-stroke engine, internal combustion type 4-stroke engine, and this engine was invented by German engineer Rudolf Diesel, and hence the name diesel engine. What I say, a diesel engine was invented by German engineer Rudolf Diesel, and hence the name diesel engine. This is an internal combustion type 4-stroke engine. In this type of engine, air is working substance. What I say, in diesel engine, the air is the working substance and oil acts as the fuel. The engine consists of, again, a cylinder fitted with airtight and movable piston and a control system of 3 valves, I1, I2 and I3. In auto engine there are control system of two valves only, I1 and I2, and there is spark plug. Here spark plug is absent or spark plug is not used. Instead of spark plug, the control system is made up of three valves, that is I1, I2 and I3. Valve I1 is air inlet valve. Valve I1 is air inlet valve. See here. Again, I am going to again go repeat. The diesel engine consists of a cylinder fitted with airtight and movable piston and a controlled system of three valves, I1, I2 and I3. Valve I1 is air inlet valve. Through this valve, air is taken inside the cylinder. Then I2 is oil inlet valve. Here nozzle is fitted, and with the help of this nozzle, oil can be sprayed in the cylinder in the form of fine spray. Small droplets of oils are introduced in the cylinder with the help of valve I2, and hence nozzle is fitted. And valve I3 is exhaust valve. Okay. These valves are open. These valves are open and close at proper moment by suitable mechanism. What I say? These three valves, I1, I2 and I3 are open and closed at proper moment by the suitable mechanism. As the diesel engine is 4-stroke, however, one cycle of operation involves 6 operations like auto engine. Here also 4 strokes, but one cycle or one diesel cycle involves 6 operations. Okay. So here the first stroke is again charging stroke, operation number 1. Second one is compression stroke, operation number 2, 3. And working stroke, operation number, compression is only, compression stroke involve only second operation 2, and working stroke involves 3 operations 3, 4 and 5, and exhaust stroke involve operation 6. Okay. So here the stroke one by one. During the compression stroke, during the charging stroke, what happened? During the charging stroke, valve I1 opens, I2 and I3 are closed. During the first stroke, charging stroke, valve I2 and I3 are closed, and valve I1 is open. Piston moves in outward direction. Piston moves in outward direction, and pure air as a working substance is taken, or pure air as a charge is taken inside the cylinder. I am again going to repeat. During this stroke, the valve I1 opens, valve I2 and I3 closed, piston moves in outward directions, air is taken inside the cylinder. In this stroke, the cylinder is charged with, the cylinder is charged or fill up with air, and hence the stroke is called charging stroke. What I say? In this stroke, the cylinder is charged with air, and hence the stroke is called charging stroke. The volume of air increases from this is now diesel cycle. This line AA0 represents the first stroke, charging stroke, that is operation number 1. Remember that the charge, that is air, is taken in or taken inside the cylinder at constant pressure. So this is the isobaric change. Operation 1 is isobaric change, and this operation is represented by the line A0A. Now the second operation, that is second stroke, compression stroke. During this stroke, see here, during this stroke, all the 3 valves are closed. That is, during this stroke, all I1, I2 and I3 are kept closed. The piston moves inwards. The piston moves inwards. There is a small change in the figure like this. I am going to explain later on what will be the exact change in the figure, but you can see the change in Otto cycle and diesel cycle. Okay, this is the characteristics of this diesel cycle. Okay, see here, during the second stroke, that is compression stroke, all 3 valves are getting closed. I1, I2, I3 are closed. The piston is moved in inward direction. Piston moves inwards and air is compressed up to 1/17 of its original value. In Otto engine, air is compressed up to 1/8 of its original value. But here the compression ratio is very large. Air is compressed up to 1/17 of its original value. So the temperature is rises much more. Let the volume is increases from VA to VB. Consequently, the temperature is also increases from TA to TB. As the compression ratio is large, temperature is rises to about 1000 degrees Celsius. Have you got it? What I say? As compression ratio as compared to Otto engine is large, the air attains the temperature about 1000 degrees Celsius. And this operation number 2 is represented by the curve AB on this Otto cycle. Okay. Now, third stroke, working stroke and exhaust stroke will be studied in next lecture, because due to lack of time it is not possible to cover this or to study these 2 strokes in this lecture. So in next lecture we will see 3 operations in working stroke, that is working stroke with 3 operations, operation number 3, 4 and 5, and last stroke exhaust stroke, that is operation number 6. We will also obtain the expression for diesel engine, expression for efficiency of the diesel engine. So we shall stop here. Have a good day. Thank you.